I thought I'd do yet another video on an update of my life so far and where I'm heading with my life and what I'm doing with my life and all that sort of stuff. So at the beginning of this year, or around March this year, I decided to go on a camping trip and go living out of my car and going on a mini holiday. I had decided that last year that if I wasn't living overseas by this year, that I would do the next best thing and go and live locally, but kind of travel around and go camping and all this other stuff. So that's what I'm doing. I had a temporary job from in May and June, and I managed to score myself a little bit of money from that, but not really that much, but a little bit, which was good. And now I'm back to being not working in a normal job now at the moment. Last week was the week before last was my final week at that temporary job, the end of June, and then last week I spent the weekend staying at Nan's, or sleeping in my car at Nan's in the driveway, visiting and that sort of thing. And then I went off on a little trip. I went down to New South Wales again, and I came back up here again. I started writing a new novel, this time a teenager's, like a young adult novel. I then went and I've been working on my websites, but not as much as I should. And when I went to the state library on Wednesday, and I was sitting there going, I've got this maritime website, or my consulting site, which I really want to take somewhere, but I'm not sure where to take it. And honestly, I don't know if my career even still exists in the maritime sector after what I've been through. So I'm kind of really reluctant to know to too much with it just yet, because I don't really know what I'm doing with it yet. But I'm doing something with it. I don't know what exactly, but I did put a fair bit of effort into it last year and the year before last, so I want to actually take it somewhere as a business. But I don't think a membership site is really relevant for the industry at the moment. I think I need to go out and actually do more consulting and generalised. Actually start networking in the industry a lot more to start with, but we'll see how we go. I've discovered that there are other avenues that I can make money. I've also got a Fiverr account, and I also made a tiny bit of money from that. I'm a genealogist. Well, I wouldn't say a qualified genealogist. I'm a family history researcher, because I do have a background in doing my own research and research for other people as well, for free anyway. So I thought I'd just put my name out there and make some money from it. And I do have a library background, a record keeping background, an information background, and also a history background. So therefore, it's logical that I can kind of make a tiny bit from that, and I get a tiny bit, maybe 1 or 2 clients a year from that. But I also do transcription services. I also put in to be a dog walker. I tried my luck at GoFundMe, but I think that people are more interested in helping those who actually need it, because they've got sick children and they've got like things that are really different. Not someone who wants to self-publish a book or kickstart their business so much. But anyway, I also wrote a book back in March and finished that and sent it off to a publishing house, and it needs to be copy edited, which would have cost me $2,500, and that's something I just don't have at the moment. So I've put that on hold for the time being until I have money. And I don't know where that's going to lead, but I think as a writer, there are that many writers out there, and the best thing is to just give it a go and see how it goes. You're not doing it to make millions of dollars. You're not doing it to become the next superstar of authorship. You're actually doing it because you like writing, and it's not really my career at all. It's kind of a side interest hobby. And I find that when I get kind of stuck with my online maritime consulting website, or I don't really feel like, going anywhere with it, I end up writing. So that's kind of my secondary thing. If I go to a library and I'm sitting there and I'm like, what am I going to do with this website? Should I, I don't really have, I had a list of all these contacts, and that kind of just petered out. So I think there's nothing else I can do on this at the moment, so I might as well do something else. And my archaeological mysteries and book site is more me just sharing news at the moment. It's not really me writing anything as such. And a lot of my books that I've written, I've put on the Archaeological Mysteries and Books website anyway. So I think people think that I have these amazing full-time money-making businesses. They're not making me money. I even have Google AdSense, but I don't get that many views. And the Archaeological Mysteries and Books was more of a hobby that I started back in 2017, 2018. And I think it was always just going to be that, just a hobby. It was I had a list of all these ideas of how I could make money as an entrepreneur because I wasn't going to find employment, I felt, at one point. So I thought, how am I going to make money on the side without actually having a normal job, like in an office at a government department or even at Coles or something like that. How am I going to, or running as a CEO, any sort of normal job where you go in there and you're paid an income, how am I going to make money? And that's where I found websites with membership pages, websites with online learning content, I created a mini course in maritime history, but I didn't finish it. And I was going to sell that on Udemy or some sort of online course thingo, but I didn't actually finish it because I couldn't be bothered. And I also found when I was doing that I didn't think that many people would be interested in learning about maritime history at that level. And if they were, they would probably just go somewhere else and learn it at a university or something like TAFE or something. So, or go read up on it themselves. And then I did. I signed up to be a dog walker, but I'm not getting any money from that either. And I thought about becoming a food delivery driver, except you need to sign up. And at the time, I don't have any money to actually register to become a delivery driver of any sort. I couldn't do ride sharing. I couldn't do become an Uber driver or anything like that. I couldn't do that because I just didn't have the funds to actually become registered for that. You have to have a proper registration and all that sort of stuff. And I also thought about cleaning people's houses, but again, you need an ABN number. And at the time I was that poor, I had like $10. You have to have paid to have an ABN number to be a cleaner. Even if you work for another cleaning firm, you have to be registered to go and clean people's homes. So, unless you actually just work as a cleaner for a firm, but if you're actually doing it as your own kind of gigs, where you're kind of are registered as part of a cleaning service, but you have your own little thing, you've got to have an ABN number. And I just, so that's where I was with that. And so now, at the moment, I'm applying for jobs, writing novels that I don't know whether they'll be published or not, but it's my side hobby fun thingo that I'm doing. I've thought about being a plus size model because I don't look that bad, and I've kind of had so much negativity about my appearance that I've just got to the point where I thought, fuck this, I'm going to become a plus size model. And when I've looked at other plus size models that are out there, I look just as good as them. So, it's a money making thing that I can think about in the future if I really want to. And the thing is, I'm 35 and I look about 20, so I'm really on it. I'm lucky. I'm really privileged to look 20 when I'm not, I think. But it works against you when you want to run your own business because people look at you and they think, you look about 20, dearie. What the frick do you know about running a company? Nothing. You know nothing. This childish, person. You look about 20. You look like you've got no life skills whatsoever. Yeah, it works against you. It actually works very much against you. But in that respect. And then it works for you in other ways where people think you're really young and then, I don't know, works for you in other ways. But I hate it. I actually don't like looking young, to be honest. I really don't. Not when you want to be a business friggin' owner, you don't want to look young. And in saying that, it's kind of a double-edged sword for me because everyone thinks I'm this fat, ugly woman. So then, therefore, being a plus-size model might not work either. But I'll do my best. I'm going to try to be a plus-size model. I'm going to see how I go. I could be a face model. Face isn't too bad. Could be a hair model. Could be something, I don't know. But that aside, that's another money-making source. eventually. And seeing I'm such a bit of a larrikin sometimes, and I cope with sarcasm. That's my big coping mechanism. I think that, people think you're so childish when you do that. But anyway, it's kind of a thing that you can do. You can make money out of it. You can have a comedy YouTube channel. And I thought about that 2 years ago, and then I thought, no. Because people are more interested in watching people do silly things than they are watching someone talk about maritime business, especially a young lady who looks 20. They're going to watch that and they're going to go, yeah, she really knows what she's talking about when she's talking about oil tankers and all this shipping terminology, and she really knows what she's talking about. She knows nothing, is what they're going to think. They're going to think that. What does she know about container shipping? Nothing. She knows nothing. She knows nothing. You don't trust that young lady. No. So what is there that you can do? What does she know about international trade? Oh, absolutely nothing. She can't even pronounce certain terms in other countries, so there you go. Which, my pronunciation skills are crap, which again works against me because I come across like I'm stupid then, and I'm not. I've always been crap at pronouncing things and crap at spelling. And then here I am writing novels, so I'm kind of going in circles. But anyway, I've managed to get through 5 university qualifications, and I can't be that dumb, that's for sure. But it works against me a lot of the time, I think. Luckily, I've had spell checker, and my spelling isn't really that bad, but sometimes I just think I can't be bothered. So finding ways to make money has been my big thing that I've been trying so hard to do. And even though I make a tiny bit of money, I'm not making enough to live off it. It's just so hard. And it's and I had that temporary job, and all it was scanning, and I was so bored. I'm like, I'm going to go crazy if I have to do this for the long term. I'm going to go nuts if I have to just sit here and scan these freaking bits of paper all bloody day. But I was grateful for the money, and I was grateful to have a job. So it was kind of catch-22 again, because you're like, I didn't do my 5 university qualifications and work my ass off to sit here scanning documents all day. But then you get to meet interesting people and you get to enjoy things. So it's, anyway. It's interesting. So I've been trying my luck at a range of different things. And that's just one other option. And I even thought about trying to get a job at Secret Service because of my information background. I thought it'd be very useful. But I don't know if they'll hire me, but it was worth a shot. It's actually worth a shot. I thought I could go work for Mossad or something. I could work for any international Secret Service agent. See. Because they take people from a range of backgrounds, so. But I think at the age of 35, I've kind of reached the point that it's really, I need to just focus on something, and I don't know what it is yet. No, I don't need to focus on something. I think I've reached the point where I've got my multidisciplinary interests, and I'm like, how's that going to get me a normal job? How am I focusing that to get a normal job as such? Whereas when you're an entrepreneur, you can kind of dabble at all different things, which is what I've done. And people look at my CV and think, well, okay, she hasn't really, this isn't really what she's doing. This is what she's doing. No, she's this. No, she's this. No, she's this. It's like I'm all of it, but they don't see that because normal workplaces don't think that. You have a skill, you're hired in that skill, and then that's it. Like, for example, if you're an IT professional, you're an IT professional. If you're a lawyer, you're a lawyer. If you're an architect, you're an architect. It's like, if you've been dabbling at all different things, if you're a librarian, you're a librarian, that's it. It's like, my life doesn't work like that. It hasn't really worked like that for a while. I'm a maritime professional, but people don't see me as that. They see me as nothing, really. They see me as this records scanning clerk. And it's like, no, but okay, I'll take it. I'll take the title of records scanning clerk of the 21st century because I can't be bothered. What else? Oh yeah, lately my life's just gone into real comic, funny sagas of a lifetime. Like when I discovered I look like pharaohs of Egypt, I did a whole video on that. I thought, I'm seriously going down. My life is going backwards. My life is going. I'm supposed to be running my own shipping company, on my own port, and here I am looking like a freaking Egyptian, freaking pharaoh, laying in my car at night going, "To Moses is Moses. Moses is to Moses." I look like Pharaoh. I don't really look like Pharaoh today. I don't think. I don't even look Arabic today. I look like, I don't know what the hell this look is. I don't even. I think my life's going downhill quick. I'm living out of my car. Yeah, life's going really well. I'm spending lots of time at state libraries. I'm creating these useless videos for no reason. What else? I don't know. I enrolled in another graduate certificate. What for? Because I don't really need the thing. I don't know why I'm doing that, because I want to. Because I thought I was I looked like an Egyptian pharaoh, and then I thought, fine, yay, I'll be pharaoh. Yes, that's me. And now I don't know. I just, my life's gone down. My life is going backwards very quickly. It's just like it's gone from here, and it's just going zoom. I even did up these documents because I wanted to say I was an Egyptian. And I don't even know when I'm going to have the courage or the gumption to send them to the Egyptian parliament, to the Egyptian embassy, to actually try to even claim Egyptian citizenship. But it was fun. It was really fun. Like there. Oh, here, I can't even see that. Do I actually, oh, you can't really, do I actually look Pharaoh? And then I've got pictures of me looking like kind of Egyptian, like at least 2% Egyptian. I said 5% Egyptian, maybe 2%. 2% Egyptian. And you can't claim citizenship looking 2% Egyptian. So there goes that plan. And I did 4 whole documents on that. Obviously I had nothing else to do with my life but to sit there and think I looked part Egyptian, and I got really excited about it. But anyway, and then I did documents of me being plus size modelling. I thought, if they can, I can. I look just as good as they do. In fact, they're bigger than me, some of these young women. So I don't know anymore. I've got my 2 websites. I've got my novel writing. I've got my other activities. And that's it. But I don't know if I can claim I'm Egyptian. And I don't know what that means for my online maritime consulting website. And I don't really know what that means for my archaeological mysteries and books website either. And I don't really know what that's supposed to mean for my life. Like, you think you know where your life's heading, and then it kind of just doesn't head in that direction. So I don't really think I'm looking all that Egyptian at the moment. I kind of think I'm looking... I want someone to come along and say, you look like that nationality, and it's not going to happen, I don't think. And considering I'm supposed to be the smelliest, fattest, ugliest woman that ever lived, I'm doing okay, I think. I don't look that ugly. I don't really care anymore anyway. I think I'm too exhausted to care. I think I'm way too exhausted to care. I think, I'm not supposed to look like a Madden. I don't freaking look like a Madden. Does this look... The Maddens are blonde. In our family, anyway. They're blonde. Except for some of the Maddens are not blonde, but the Maddens in the Madden intermediate family are mostly freaking blonde, unless they look like Nan, and then they're not looking like a Madden, they're looking like a French. And I still don't look much like that either. I thought I did. I thought I looked like my granddad's in the face. Yeah, no, I don't. And I thought, I look like my mother. No, I don't look like her at all. I look totally opposite to her. Where's that photo gone? I don't know where the photo's gone. There's a photo where I don't even look like her. Or several. Oh, that's right. I got rid of her photos off my phone because they were clogging up the... But I don't look like her. No. I look weird. So I'm just going to claim I look part Egyptian and just keep... I don't know. Because it seems like a good thing to do. The end.